welcome back to another video of Airline Exploration. In this video, we're going to be flying from LAX airport to Hong Kong all the way to Phnom Penh International Airport. As we enter Tom Brady International Airport, we first went to the check-in counter for a self-check-in and a baggage drop-off. The airline that we will be going in this video is called Cathay Pacific. As we continue to look around the check-in counter, we found the Cathay Pacific area for a self-check-in and the baggage drop-off. As we wait in line for our self-check-in and baggage drop-off, the class that we will be going to is the economy class. After we finish our self-check-in and baggage drop-off at the check-in counter, the next place that we will be heading for is the security check. Once we finished our security check-in, we next went to go look for our boarding gate. After a while walking and searching for a boarding gate, we finally found a boarding gate and we are now waiting for them to board us on the plane. As we waited to get boarded on our first flight from LAX airport to Hong Kong, we used our remaining time to go roam and look around the duty-free shop area. As we entered the duty-free shop area, they had a lot of interesting stuff as we continued to look around. After a while roaming around the duty-free area shop, it was time for us to prepare to be boarded on our first flight.
Mr. Patrick Dada, Mr. Walt Goodrich.
Right here is the plane that we will be boarded on that will take us on our first flight from LAX airport all the way to Hong Kong. After a while waiting in line to be boarded on the plane, we finally got through and we are now ready to go on our first flight. As we continue walking and heading to the entrance of the Cathay Pacific plane, we went to go search for our seat, and by the way, the class that we will be going with is the economy class. After a while walking from the business class all the way down to the economy class, we finally found our seat. Like most economy classes, Cathay Pacific economy classes come with a touchscreen TV, headphones or earphones, and a foldable desk. Right here is the menu that Cathay Pacific will serve to us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner until we arrive at our destination. After a while of preparing our stuff and getting ready, the plane was also ready to take off. Real quick before taking off, here's a real quick review of the foldable table by flipping it, and above the foldable table is another space where you can put your water and let it hold it for the rest of the flight. After a while of waiting, we went on the touchscreen TV and looked on the plane camera as we started to take off. After a few minutes from takeoff, our first meal was ready to be served on our very first flight. For our first meal, we had vegetable with salad, cracker and cheese, bread and butter, and ice cream. But for our main meal, it was barbecue beef, carrots, and mashed potato. Real quick, here's a quick review of a decent Cathay Pacific restaurant. After our first meal, the light went off and it was time for us to sleep on our flight. Here's the route that the plane will take us from LAX airport all the way to Hong Kong. Here's the info about this flight that will take us from LAX to Hong Kong. Also, you can order foods during any time, whether it's after a meal or before a meal. Some food that you could ask or request is a cup of ramen and some of the other snacks. It's morning now and our second meal is served, and our main meal is scrambled eggs, bacon, mushroom, spinach, and red roast bliss potato. As we continue eating our second meal, it was almost time for us to arrive and land at Hong Kong airport. As we looked out of the window, it was sunny with a nice view, especially getting closer to Hong Kong airport. As we continue flying all the way to Hong Kong airport, we could see some of the island and some of the architecture and building like a bridge that led to Hong Kong airport. And soon enough, we are now preparing for landing. Once we finish landing, we are officially now in Hong Kong. Once the plane stopped moving, all the passengers, including us, started packing up and ready to leave this plane. We finally got out of our first plane and we are now heading for our next transfer flight. Once we were inside Hong Kong airport, we are now heading to our next transfer flight that will take us from Hong Kong all the way to Phnom Penh. The first thing that we did as soon as we arrived at Hong Kong airport was to look for our transfer security check-in. After a while of walking, we finally found a security check-in and we are now going to go through it. Once we finish the transfer security check-in, we are now heading for the boarding room, or an area for you to wait to be boarded on our next flight. As we continue walking and looking for our boarding gate, we saw a big screen which showed our Cathay Pacific code along with the boarding time and the boarding gate. Boarding time is at 8:40 while our gate is at 9. Now let's resume looking for our boarding gate, which is now boarding gate 9. As we continue walking to look for our boarding gate, we saw many other duty-free shop areas, including a water filling station. As we continue walking, we spotted a person playing his instrument, which was very impressive and very nice too. And by the way, here's a review of Hong Kong airport restrooms, which were very decent, nice, and neat. While walking, they also had some cafe nearby in Hong Kong airport like Starbucks. After a while walking and searching for boarding gate 9, we finally found our boarding gate and we are now waiting to be boarded on our next flight. Soon enough, while waiting to be boarded on a plane, it was time for us to board for our last flight from Hong Kong all the way to Phnom Penh International Airport. After a while of waiting in line, we finally got through and we are now heading to the plane for our last flight. We are now heading into the Cathay Pacific airplane and we are also looking for the economy class section. Here's what the economy class seat looked like for this flight. Once we were prepared and buckled up, we are now ready to take off. For our first meal, we are served dumplings, bread and butter, yogurt, and fruits. From Hong Kong to Phnom Penh International Airport, it's gonna be a very short flight, so one meal is served on this flight. After a 2-hour flight from Hong Kong to Phnom Penh International Airport, we finally arrived at Phnom Penh. Here's the route that took us from Hong Kong all the way to Phnom Penh. After we landed in Cambodia, Phnom Penh, we packed our stuff and we headed out from the plane into Phnom Penh International Airport. Since our destination is at Cambodia, Phnom Penh, we're gonna exit this airport and head to the baggage reclaim area. After we finish our check-in, we are now heading to the baggage reclaim to reclaim our baggage and exit this airport. We finally finished reclaiming all of our baggage and we are now heading out to exit this airport. We are now outside of Phnom Penh International Airport. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video of us coming from LAX Airport to Hong Kong all the way to Phnom Penh International Airport. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.